I think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Denah is speculating on what's in my neighbor's garage.
That sounds so much creepier than it actually is. It's some sort of wall of something.
I think they're model cars.
It's in a box. It's something. They're about model car size. I just have to know.
But she also just said that she thinks my neighbor is a murderer.
I did not say that. I said he works for the America.
Oh.
Because he's got America stuff all over his house.
Well,
and his truck. And his
I'm not going to say what city I am in right now, but you know. It kind of, I just gave her a side eye, as if y'all could see that.
To give you an idea of how Muraco, this city she's in right now, is.
Oh yeah, the
coffee shop.
Coffee.
So, Lindsey has recently moved to a new neighborhood. Well, we haven't even said hello. Hi.
Oh yeah.
I'm Denah.
Welcome to the Spooky Stonerzzz Podcast. I'm Lindsey.
And I'm Denah.
Thank you for joining us for our 14th episode on this podcast. We talk about witchy and spooky shit that we love to talk about, and hopefully you love to listen to. And as you could guess by the title of our podcast and our rambling, we do this all while smoking a little hash. So buckle up, buckaroos, and let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
Back
to what we were actually talking about.
So,
after all that malarkey.
My neighborhood.
Yes. So your new hood that we're living in here, there's lots of America around here. It's very American. Mm-hmm. It's okay. But leading out of your neighborhood, there's a new, well, it's not new. It's new to us.
It's new to us.
It's a coffee shop, right? And I'm not going to tell you the name or where it is or anything like that. I'm just going to say that we're recording this on a Saturday. So it's Saturday morning. I went into this coffee shop wearing all black because that's what I wear.
It's your go-to color.
And if you've ever seen the movie Saved, have you seen that movie with Macaulay Culkin?
No.
Okay, you should watch it. Go watch it.
Or Easy A.
Or Easy A. Amanda Bynes was there. Mandy Moore was there. Like, it was that vibe. They were having Bible study at their little coffee tables. Love it for them. Enjoy. I got all the looks. Every look. And I ordered all of their pumpkin things. And then I came here to record my pagan podcast.
Yeah.
And giggled the whole time because I was also hitting my vape pen on the way. So, you know, it was just a whole little fun experience for me. And the closest I've come to being burned alive at the stake. Probably. It's like walking really on the wild side.
No, what probably happens is only those select people go there.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you weren't a part of their group.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, everyone was blonde.
Oh,
I was like the only brunette person there, except for the one man. There was one man there, and he was the most obnoxious man I've ever had the misfortune to stand near. Because he was trying to take up all the space, and guess what? I can stand wider than you. And I did.
Yeah.
Because I exist. Thank you. Move.
Yep.
And you can move. Because you're in between me and coffee also. That's a bad place to be.
That is.
But now we've had too much coffee.
That's like being in front of the line on Black Friday at Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be in the front.
No.
You're going to get stampeded.
Yeah. That's not a good idea.
Whatever.
And snacks. There was muffins.
Oh, yeah.
These between me
Those
and
were good muffins.
They were good muffins. We will say that. The clientele, notwithstanding, the coffee and the muffins were great.
Except for that one.
That one coffee had a lot of espresso. I can feel it in my veins.
Yeah.
But the other coffee was really, really good. They both good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Because you said, like, the first one tasted like nail polish. Or
it did until I stirred it up with the cold foam at the top. And then it was better.
Okay.
But, yeah. At first it did, because there was a lot of espresso. They must have a lot of reading to do in those Bibles to have that. Like, that was pure crack.
Well, depending on what part of the Bible they're reading. Like, if they're reading Numbers, they need that coffee to stay awake.
That's fair.
Because it's all about begotten.
You know what? They were full-on studying those Bibles. Like, giving up your Saturday and your Sunday morning for Jesus. That's a lot of commitment.
A lot of churches do that, though.
Good for them.
My parents.
You know? It gives them something to do. Keeps them off the streets. We don't want Christians on the streets. I think we can all agree there.
They're always on the street. Don't you see them on this corner?
Yeah.
Yelling about how Jesus is going to save
but not these ones. They're safely tucked in their coffee shop. So we love the coffee shop for them.
Yep.
We like that much better than them being out on the streets.
Their natural habitat.
Yeah, you guys hang out there. Leave the streets To no one. Thanks.
To the hooligans.
Yeah. The actual hooligans who are supposed to be running them streets. Not you out there with your picket sign.
Yeah.
Looking foolish.
Yeah.
About to get run over.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, what else has gone on? Other than today. I feel like only today has happened. Oh, and by the way.
Such a long week. Oh my gosh. My kid was on steroids. That was always
my gosh.
terrible.
That was so bad.
Yeah. He got a really bad sunburn on Labor Day at his,
Thursday. Because my mom took me to, like, Sunny's barbecue.
Oh.
And we walked out, and I smelled the air, and I was like, it smells like fall. I know it sounds crazy because we're under a heat advisory.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I feel like it's coming.
It's the humidity getting lower.
Yes.
Yeah, the humidity is lower.
That's it.
No, this morning when I woke up, it was cold in my house, which, I mean, I'm always kind of cold. Mm-hmm. So I take that with a grain of salt. Like, I'm cold, but it doesn't mean it's actually cold. So I was like, ooh, let me go outside so that I could, like, defrost a little in the heat. Because it's Florida.
Mm-hmm. It's
going to be hot. And I went outside, and it took my brain, like, 30 seconds to realize that I was not feeling any warmer.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, it's just cold outside. Oh, it's cold outside. Like, I was like, oh. I think I literally out loud was like, oh. That's why it's cold in my house.
And your neighbor was like, what?
Yeah, she probably went up yet. Honestly.
Yeah, because she did try and, like, call you last night.
I think they went out last night.
Oh.
And I literally was in bed by 6.
Yeah. Because I'm an old lady. Yeah.
Oh, you keep looking at me, and I think it's because you're expecting me to do actual podcasting.
I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. I'm actually staring at you while, like, I'm going through my file in my brain, being like, what else can we talk about before we get into the stuff?
What else has happened this week? Well, we got in trouble.
Yeah.
Sort of. Not really. At work.
We got a phone call.
We basically got
the boss's boss.
Yeah, you can't sit next to each other anymore. You talk too much. Like in 3rd grade.
Yeah, they put
Little
us
do
on
they know that we come here and we record ourselves talking to each other.
Yeah, our boss, she called me, and she's like, hey, how are things going? And I'm like, good. And she's like, well, I just want to start off with, like, you're doing an absolutely amazing job. And I was like, oh, here's one of the compliment sandwiches. What's the bad thing? Mm-hmm. And she's like, it's just, we see that, like, you're on the Zoom.
With Denah?
All the time. All the time. And
it's not all the time. We do actually do our jobs as well.
Yeah. And it doesn't look very good on the outside. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Literally, if we were in 3rd grade, it's the equivalent of your teacher walking up to you and saying, you two can't sit next to each other anymore. You're not getting your work done because you're talking too much.
But
sit
now,
on opposite sides of the room.
But now what we're doing is we're taking paper planes.
Oh, yeah. Paper planes.
Yeah. Paper planes that you made, like, in class.
Oh, yeah.
You write little notes in it, and we're throwing it across.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all we do now.
The classroom.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
Super simple.
Like, don't try and take our friendship.
Yeah.
I flippin' left my company for her.
She literally followed me to this job, and they were like, hey, you guys talk a lot. Like, yeah.
Duh. And it was just like, we were just sitting there, like, after, because obviously I messaged her as soon as, like, I got off the phone. I was like, hey, just so you know, this is coming up.
Yeah, I got a call, too. And I was like, yep, cool. I'm actually in the middle of a divorce and don't care. So, I'll talk to you about that never again. Bye.
Yeah. And, wait, where was I going? And I messaged you. Oh, yeah, that's it. So, I was like, does she not realize that, like, I can literally drive to Denah's house and with my laptop and be next to her instead of doing a Zoom call?
Yeah, we do that too.
And the thing is, like, we have Zoom phone calls, and so, like, I'm not always, like, on a video Zoom where you can see where I am.
Yeah.
Like, they can't tell where I am. So I'm like, I could just go to Denah's. Like, we could take the middleman out of this. Now, am I? No, because we start work at 8 a.m., and that's a little bit too early to leave the house.
I start at 7.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Also, tell him he needs to thank me for giving you 2 pieces of chocolate.
Yeah. I normally do, like, 1 piece of chocolate, and Denah's like,
you gotta drive?
2. Yeah, she was like, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't do this, because, like, we have a podcast, and she's like, so too. So.
Yeah. Well, I said, well, you gotta drive somewhere? Because I don't. That does freak me out. I don't like taking edibles and then driving. Because my luck, I'll be halfway down the interstate and it will kick in and I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
where am I at?
That may or may not have happened to me before, where I was sitting at like a stoplight, and before I left the house, I took like a little edible. That like my edibles are like super low dosage.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at the stoplight or spotlight, whichever one, and I was like sitting there, and I was like, am I really high, or has this light been like red for a while? Like, and I was starting to freak out. Like, and I started like looking around. I'm like, has everyone else stopped? Like, has everyone else stopped? Like, is someone behind me?
Yeah.
They didn't honk their horn, so obviously I didn't like miss a green light somewhere. I'm like looking at like incoming traffic. I'm like, okay, they're moving, so that means
I can't.
my light is still red. Cool.
Oh my god. There was this video. I really shouldn't describe a video on a podcast, but whatever, I'm going to do it anyway.
Try your best.
There's this video, right? And this guy, he's going into like a tunnel, like in Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a curve.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lights.
Yeah.
You know, like.
In the dome.
Right, in the dome of the tunnel. And there's a bunch of water. But because the water is still and the lights and all it looks like a giant hole.
Oh.
Like just a giant hole in the road.
Got it.
And he's pulled over with his hazards on, and he said, bro, I might be high, but they're not doing nothing about this giant-ass hole? Like a pit? He's like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And then someone drives up and goes around it. And so he's like, see, look, I'm not crazy. And then someone else goes up and just goes right through it because it's a puddle. That's what happens when you drive stoned, is you just end up pulling over with your hazards on, really.
But here's the thing, too. Like, I have seen where it looks like just a little puddle,
yeah.
and, like, half a car's in it.
Yeah.
Because someone tried to drive.
Yeah, he's probably scarred. He probably lived in Florida at some point.
Yeah.
And was like, that's a sinkhole.
That's a sinkhole.
But I think it was, like, in, like, New Jersey.
Oh.
Like that. I don't know if sinkholes happen in New Jersey.
I feel like sinkholes happen everywhere.
I feel like New Jersey, everything probably happens.
Maybe.
Anywho. I can tell you about witchy things.
Tell me something witchy. Let's go.
I have a few witchy things to tell you.
A few?
About. It's called herbs.
Oh, okay.
Which is like one of our favorite things.
Yeah.
Because we smoke lots of herb.
All the herb.
And we eat the herb. And we, do everything with the herb.
But in the tea.
Yeah, in the tea.
We have actually never done that. I wonder, that would probably taste really nasty.
You've never made tea? I've made tea.
Well, I've done it with the oil, but not with like...
Oh, no, you get your stems together? And decarb them and make tea and butter. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do.
I've heard of the butter. You told me about the butter.
Yeah.
I didn't think about tea, like, because, we have the loose leaf
stuff,
and I was like, do you just throw it in there?
Yeah, you just put it in with, like, in a little... I do this because that's what mine looks like.
Diffuser?
No.
No, it's on diffuser.
Infuser. Yeah.
See, I was really close.
Yeah, you were really close. Because as soon as you said it, I was like, no, that's close, though. In my brain. My chocolate's hitting.
It's actually totally
I can feel
opposite.
it. Any hizzle. So, while we're talking about herbs, as my herbal chocolate is really kicking in here, my biggest thing to say about herbs. Okay. Everyone, put on your listening ears, no matter how stoned you are, like me.
Feel
this. Understand me when I tell you this. If you are going to be smoking them, they must be food grade. Lindsay and I work in horticulture, so we know some of the shit that they spray on this shit, you do not want. Do not go pick up lavender from Walmart, a small lavender plant, and smoke it. Okay?
Unless it says organic.
Unless it says organic or food grade. And also at the witchy shops, ask them if their herbs are food grade before you smoke them or make tea with them or anything like that.
Ooh.
You do not want some of the stuff that they spray on that.
Yeah.
Like, just be really careful with it. That's my biggest lesson in this today.
Don't be stupid.
Everything else I talk about is up for speculation because it's magic woo-woo shit, but this is not.
Got it.
Do not ingest or smoke anything that is not food grade or organic. Whew. I gotta take a big rest because I had a lot of caffeine.
You have to remember to breathe when you talk.
I do. When I have caffeine, I just start, and then I'm like, wait, stop, calm down. It's not that bad.
I have to do that sometimes too.
Yeah. But, so yeah, you can smoke lavender, you can smoke marshmallow.
Marshmallow?
Yeah.
Like the white marshmallow that you make s'mores with?
There's a plant. That's marshmallow.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
You can smoke lots of shit. Another good thing that I've seen on the interwebs, on the witchy interwebs, is roll your weed into a rose petal and smoke it.
Oh, okay.
And I've actually, Blazy Susan, here's a little plug. Blazy Susan makes rose petal wraps that you can buy.
Okay.
And they're really good. I love them. They taste so good.
Is that locally or online?
Online.
Okay.
Yeah. But I say all of this about smoking especially because that's the kind of podcast we're on. But you could really, really integrate that into spell work, meditation. So you know what I mean? Like you're meditating and you are thinking about, let's say, self-love. And you've got your Lazy Susan rose petal blunt while you meditate. That's a great witchy thing right there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You want to smoke cleanse your stuff before a spell.
Got it.
You can smoke and cleanse your
We've done that with your tarot cards.
Yeah, we have done that with my tarot cards because it's a smoke cleanse and it's your intention because you're blowing it on there.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, there's all the regular boring ways, not boring, but regular ways of using herbs in your witchcraft, but smoking them is also a pretty cool thing that we can do.
Got it.
Us specifically as cannabis witches. Because you could put a lot of your herbs in your smoke or, that's distracting me because I'm so stoned. It's like I keep looking at it.
It's like, what do I see in the smoke?
Yeah, but I don't need to worry about that.
Is it a Voldemort face?
No, it's not. It's just regular smoke. It's fine. Oh my gosh.
Like the first scene of first movie of Harry Potter in the, I was about to say Chamber of Secrets. That's a different movie.
Yeah.
When he went under the school, past Fluffy, the chess set and everything. And in the movie, Professor Quirrell.
Yeah.
He, collapsed in a pile of rubble.
Oh, yeah.
And then the smoke comes up.
Person, and then goes through him.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, my God.
I was wondering if you ever seen that in the instance. That was a very good... That was a lot of...
Yeah. It's great, though.
Okay.
All right. We are grown-up people. We promise.
I warned you this was going to happen.
It's great, though. We're having a great time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
When I told you to buckle up, buckaroo, I was being totally serious because this is probably going to be an extra long podcast.
Well, we had lots of caffeine and a little bit of extra weed because it's Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're having a good day.
It's
gonna have a good day. All right. Back to herbs and witchcraft. So, other than smoking your herbs,
got it.
you can also add them to your candles, of course, especially if you make your own candles, which is something that I want to learn to do when I'm grown up. Make my own candles because I burned so many candles.
I think Celtic Cauldron does classes like that.
We should do that. So yeah, you can make your own candles, or you can just, if you're like me and you're lazy, you can anoint your candles with them, like put your oil, and then roll them in herbs.
Mm-hmm.
You can add them to jars and spells and things like that, and sachets and poppets and stuff. And then a lot of people like to burn them in incense. Put them together for an incense bowl. Have some with you whenever you want. And I feel like
a protection bag. Yeah,
and I feel like too, I like to mention, I think people think of like green herbs most of the time when you're talking about witchcraft, like, rosemary, sage, things like that.
Yeah.
But like flowers too. Bring your flowers into it, like lilies, roses. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And there's a million and one places where you can find the meanings of flowers and stuff like that. But even just, buy yourself some pink roses and put them on your altar.
Yep.
And that's self-love, the end. But then, what?
And be like, I love me so much.
Oh my gosh, I had a point that I was going to make and I lost it.
Of course.
It's so annoying. I hate that. That is one of the problems of smoking weed. You're just...
That's why I was like, no, we're doing a podcast. We shouldn't have 2 chocolates.
No, we're fine though. We're doing really good. We're having a great time.
I mean, we are having a great time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But now you can't remember the point.
But I can though. It's there. It's right there behind my eyeballs. I just have to turn them over and see it. But it's not there. What about you?
Oh, okay, we're doing my thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Because we're already 25 minutes in, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Herbs.
overview. Herbs.
Yeah, there's
Smoke it, burn it,
yeah.
incense, candles.
And I'm not going to tell you what means what because you can go find that. I'm not going to.
I don't know. All I know is sage is cleansing and
I hate
roses.
sage.
Roses are self-love. That's all I know. Or love in general.
Well, the different colors of roses mean different things too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah. Now it's your turn.
Oh my
God. Ha
I am so not ready for this podcast.
I'm ready.
I'm just trying. I feel like every time we do a podcast, I complain about the notes. And it's because I thoroughly enjoy, like, listening to the podcast on, like, the subject or watching, like, TV or, like, the YouTube channels. I love investigating it. But, like, when it comes down to, like,
Presenting.
it's not even the presenting. It's the putting the notes together to present. Because I don't mind this.
Yeah.
This is fine for me. It's just, like, when I try and get what's in my head on paper, like, there's, like, a big block. And, like, I've tried to smoke, and that just made me really tired. And not want to do it at all.
You should have gone down the road to your Christian coffee shop for some Christian crack coffee.
Yeah, maybe that would have helped. But anyway,
now you know it's there, too.
But I am super excited about this one.
I know, too.
Because it is Taylor Wright was 33 years old when she went missing. She is from North Carolina, and I don't know why I'm looking at my notes. I was going to use them as, like, a touch when I need something specific, like a date or something.
Everything?
I should.
All right.
Because I've listened to a lot of stuff.
All right. I will only distract you every other word.
Got it.
So that you lose your train of thought.
Yep.
Because that's my job.
So, Taylor.
That's
Actually,
okay.
I'm probably going to, since I'm not looking at my notes, I'm probably going to call her, like, a million different names, too.
We can just call her Tay Tay. I don't care.
No, we can't call her Tay Tay.
Why? Well, I don't know anything about her, so I shouldn't give her a nickname yet.
Yeah. So, Taylor, she's from North Carolina. While she was in North Carolina, she was in a car wreck, car crash, accident, whatever. And due to that, she wasn't able to follow her goal of joining the military. So, she wasn't able to join the military, so she started to become a police officer. So, she went to school to become a police officer. She was a police officer in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And then I don't know when she met her husband, in college. She met her husband, Jeff. And then they ended up having a baby, a boy. We never find out his name because they like to keep his privacy. That I totally agree with. That's what we do here, too.
Can we call him Home Dog? Can we call the baby Home Dog?
No.
Does he come into the story ever again?
Once.
Okay, so Home Dog is his name.
Okay, sure. So, they have a son. Taylor ends up staying home with him to be a kind of a stay-at-home mom.
It's the same thing as being a cop.
Her husband,
You're putting up with a terrorist.
Okay.
Have you met toddlers?
Yeah.
Have you met a toddler?
Yeah, I have two. Well,
Yeah.
I did have two.
Yeah, no, you don't. Teenage girls are terrorists too.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing too.
Okay. Everyone.
9-year-olds on steroids, terrorists.
Okay. So, so Taylor's husband Jeff was a Marine, and so he got orders to come to Pensacola, and that's how they got to Pensacola.
Yay!
And so while they were in Pensacola on their 10th anniversary date, Jeff is like, "I want a divorce."
Typical.
Then I'm like,
I was thinking as soon as you said he was Marine, my brain said, so he's a dick. Cool. But I didn't say that out loud because I'm not trying to be a dick, like a Marine. But obviously, Jeff's a dick. Moving on.
Anyway, so basically, Jeff asks for a divorce. They go through a separation. So in 2015 was when the separation actually happened. And Taylor was having trouble finding a job because she was a stay-at-home mom for so long. And then also, Jeff decided to report her to the cops, saying that she physically abused her when really she just like poked him with her finger. According to her, totally different stories going on there. Yeah. Of course. So between her getting in trouble with the law and her being a stay-at-home mom for so long, it was really hard for her to get back into like the police force like she was up in North Carolina. So she becomes a private investigator, which is, a consolation prize, I feel.
Yeah.
So during the divorce, Taylor was wanting $100,000 that she ended up getting during her car accident settlement. So when they separated, this money that was in the joint account, she was like, "No, $100,000 is mine." But according to Florida law, it's split in half. FYI.
Drain the accounts, ladies.
That is what she does.
Yep.
So
if there's not no money in there, then what money?
So this is what happened. Actually, this might be a story for you then. Because when the judge was like, "Hey, until we figure out what's going on with this money, we're freezing the account." Well, Taylor somehow figured out how to get money out of the account, and so she took her $100,000.
Yeah.
Like, this is mine. I got it.
Go for it.
And during this time also, Taylor was also moving on. She found a woman named Clarissa.
Did she explain it all to her?
Oh, no, not Clarissa.
Oh.
Cassandra.
Oh. So then that joke's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's not the name of that show.
No, Cassandra. So Cassandra and her started dating. However, after only a couple months of dating, Cassandra finds out that Taylor is cheating on her with, another woman in Mississippi.
What?
And so,
Wait, okay. Cassandra's cheating, not Taylor.
No, Taylor is cheating.
Taylor's cheating.
Yes.
Oh! Taylor.
I might have not explained that very well.
That's okay.
Questions.
Yeah. I might have not heard it.
So Taylor was cheating.
Yeah.
She was talking to another girl in Mississippi. And so Cassandra, she was like, "Nope, we're done. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to have someone cheat on me."
Good for her.
However, Taylor called her and was like, "I'm so sorry. I really love you. I want you back." And so basically she asked Cassandra if she could meet Taylor and Taylor's friend Ashley at Ashley's house. So this is Ashley MacArthur. And basically Ashley was just kind of being the mediator. She was just kind of being the
okay.
in-between.
I thought like Ashley was like the other woman. Like,
no.
Meet me over here and we'll just all hang out.
Yeah. We'll have fun.
No.
We'll have a little bit of weed, a little bit of alcohol, and just have a great fun night. No. That's not what happened. So basically, Ashley was just being a mediator during this meeting, kind of trying to keep things cool between them. And Taylor, during this meeting, does admit that she did cheat on Cassandra, but she will never do that again. And then also, in this conversation, she mentions that she experimented with cocaine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know what, Cassandra? If they shenan once, they're going to shenan again.
Yeah. Well,
get out of there.
Hold your judgment.
I've done cocaine.
Yeah.
I have no judgment on the cocaine. It's the cheating. I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've done cocaine. I've never cheated on anyone.
Yeah. But she was like, "Hey, yeah, I did cocaine, but I'm not addicted to it. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm clean.
Yeah.
I'm focused on you. I'm focused on our life. Please take me back." And Cassandra did. And so a couple months go by, and Cassandra was like, "Hey, Taylor, can you move in with me?"
Aw.
I know.
Should have known.
So
That's silly.
Taylor borrowed a box truck from Ashley. Ashley's family owned...
Ashley just got box trucks laying around?
Well, her family company does.
Okay. And
So,
she lives in Pensacola and she makes friends with people?
Yeah.
Because that's a friend I need.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not.
Spoiler alert. It is not.
They like mafia box trucks?
No.
Oh. Are they temperature controlled?
I don't know.
Then they're mafia box trucks.
I don't know. But her family, they owned a company called Pensacola Automatic Amusements. And basically, they kind of rented out things that are in the bar, like a jukebox or a pool table or that kind of thing. And so they had these box trucks to move that stuff.
Yeah.
So Ashley's like, "I got you, boo. Here's a box truck. You can borrow it." But also, while they were trying to do this moving, Taylor had a pending court case coming up because Jeff saw that Taylor took the money. And she was in contempt of court. So he was like, "No, this isn't cool." And so the judge was like, "Hey.
Whatever, Jeff.
I
don't like Taylor, but I don't like Jeff either."
I don't know how I feel about Jeff.
Yeah, he's a man. I assume he's wrong.
I know. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So the court date was for September 7th, and the judge was basically saying, hey, I need you to at least prove to me that you have $25,000 of this in an escrow account. That was kind of an issue because...
She spent it all on cocaine.
No.
Oh.
No, she didn't.
See, that's what would have happened when I was doing cocaine.
So basically this is what happened to the $100,000. She took it out of the joint account and put it in her account.
Right.
But then she started doing withdrawals from her own account in way of cashier checks. And so then she had these cashier checks. She gave 34,000 of those cashier checks to her friend Ashley because Ashley had a deposit box, or not a deposit box, a safe deposit box.
Oh my gosh.
At Wells Fargo.
I trust you, Lindsay, but I would never give you $34,000.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah.
I am not that good of friends with anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm really good friends with you.
But to keep it away from your ex, wouldn't you?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, so...
Maybe my mom or my grandfather. That's what I would do. My grandfather would take it. Because what's he going to do? Yeah. He ain't going to run off with it.
Well, Taylor really didn't have much of a family.
Right. I was just saying, like, $34,000 to your friend to put in her safety deposit box. I love my friends, and I trust them, but I wouldn't do that.
See, I wouldn't have
That would just be awkward.
I wouldn't have taken the
money.
Yeah,
you would not be, if I was like, Lindsay, will you hold this $34,000 for me? You'd be like, absolutely not. Where the hell did you get that?
Yeah.
No. That sounds dirty as fuck. No, I'm not involved in that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a normal reaction, though. If someone asked you to hold $34,000 for them.
Yeah. Well, wow. I mean, Ashley seemed to be like a very good friend.
That's because she's got the mafia. She's in the fucking mafia. They're washing their money.
Maybe.
Renting out fucking pool tables. I see what's going on. Ashley's weird. I don't like any of them. I like Cassandra, except she's silly. She should not have taken that girl back.
Taylor went to Ashley and she was like, hey, I need my money back. And then Ashley's kind of acting dodgy. She's like, okay, we'll go tomorrow. But then, like, tomorrow will come and she'll be like, oh, gee darn, I forgot.
Yeah, see, this is why you don't give your friends $34,000.
Yeah.
Because now they have your $34,000, too.
Yeah.
If they're not already weirded out thinking you're some sort of cartel person.
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking that, too. I was like, 34,000. Well, one, how did you have 100,000 in your bank account?
Yeah. I've never.
Y'all, just let you know, if you steal my ID, you might get it.
Oh my God, I wish somebody would, like, work on my credit.
Yeah. So, Taylor was asking for the money back. Ashley was like, yeah, sure, and then never mind. And so, on September 5th, Taylor had to ask for a continuance from the court because she wasn't able to get the money in time. Basically, she blamed Hurricane Irma, which was going through. Oh, yeah, because this happened in 2017.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so recent.
So, I was here.
Yeah. So...
I knew you.
Yeah. Like I said, September 5th, it was the day of the court date. Wait, no, never mind. September 7th, 2017 was the court date.
Oh my gosh, so it's like years to the day.
So it was probably like the Friday before her court date. She was like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
Anyway, but she blamed Hurricane Irma for why she needed a continuance. She did not tell the judge, I don't have the money. I need a weekend to...
My friend won't give it back to me.
Yeah. That, by the way, the judge would be like, well, you shouldn't have taken it out of the fucking accounting.
Yeah, the judge would not give a shit.
Yeah, judges get really mad if you don't do what they said.
Yeah, they really do. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
If you're not on the receiving end.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That was so fun. But yeah, it was also not fun at all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because, like, you almost died from a heart attack.
Right.
Anxiety.
Yeah. Okay. Back to them.
Okay. So on September 7th, Cassandra, Taylor, and Ashley go have dinner. And at this meeting, Ashley's like, okay, tomorrow we'll go to the bank.
Mm.
And so they're like, okay, cool, awesome. Then Ashley shows up in the morning.
Nice.
So this is September 8th.
Okay, keep going.
So
I'm making guesses onto what happens.
Yeah. So basically, Ashley picked up Taylor. They were supposed to go to the bank. And Cassandra was, like, messaging Taylor throughout the day. Just to be like, hey, you know, are you okay? How are things going? And around 11:20 that morning, well, a.m., not really morning, Taylor messaged her back and said, I will tell you when I get home. Basically, the day keeps on going on. And... Cassandra never hears from her again. She texts, Taylor throughout the whole time. And when Taylor's not responding, around 4 p.m.
Oh, so close. And not at all.
Yeah. So 4 p.m., Cassandra calls Ashley and is like, hey, Ashley, are you still with Taylor?
Yeah.
And Ashley's like, yeah. Taylor was very anxious, and so I brought her out to the farm in Milton to go ride horses to kind of, let her de-stress.
Okay.
So Cassandra said, hey, just let her know. We'll get through this. It'll be okay. We'll get through this kind of thing. And Ashley's like, okay, I'll get her to call you when she's done riding the horse. Well, Taylor didn't call, and around...
Ooh, I told you. Mafia. Box trucks.
Okay.
Especially refrigerated ones. Some mafia.
6:30 that evening, Taylor was supposed to be back at the house with Cassandra to...
Because she lives there.
Yeah, they were in the middle of moving.
Yeah.
She was supposed to meet Cassandra at the house so that they could go to dinner. And Taylor didn't show up. Cassandra was like, hey, what's going on? Kept on texting her. Finally,
Box
I didn't put a time.
Mafia.
Didn't put the time. So later that evening, Taylor finally texts Cassandra and says, hey, I'm sorry I didn't call. I just need space.
Oh.
So Cassandra is like,
the
really?
Fuck?
Yeah, she's super mad. They're
Yeah.
supposed to be just moving in. She fucking dips. So
I would be really mad.
Oh wait, I forgot. Before this happened, before the text around 11 p.m. or something, that said, I need space.
Yeah.
When Taylor didn't show up for dinner, Cassandra called Ashley and was like, hey, is Taylor over there? And Ashley's like, no. She left my house already. She took an Uber to go. She said she needed to go get a beer. And so she took an Uber to a bar.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I know, right?
Nobody... Okay. Alright, continue.
So anyway.
Nobody's just randomly gonna go grab a beer by themselves in an Uber. No woman.
No, not an Uber.
No.
I mean, I'll go to a bar by myself,
Try to contact me.
Yeah.
Everyone I know would be like, cool, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
We know what that
Absolutely
means.
not.
That's code word.
Yeah. Everyone I know. My mom, you, all of our friends would be like, ha! Cool, I'll be there in 30 minutes. You got me fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm really upset. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Don't come out to my house.
But after the missed dinner date, after the text saying, I need space, Cassandra got pissed.
Yeah.
And she started vomiting words to Taylor's phone. Just text after text after text. How can you do this? We're supposed to be moving in with each other.
Yeah.
You've cheated on me. You've done drugs. Bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree with Cassandra.
But then after, a bit, she waited a week and she wasn't hearing anything back.
A week?
From Taylor.
Oh my God.
And so she starts calling, the hospitals, the police stations, hey, is she,
Yeah.
hurt? Did she get in a car wreck? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Still around.
Right. You know they're not dead. You still hear about them.
Yeah.
I have not heard of anyone successfully vanishing without a trace. I've never heard someone say, oh yeah, I left Amarillo. No one knows where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here and
here's my Facebook post.
Right. Nobody can do that now. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. I just think if someone says they vanished without a trace, they're probably dead.
Yeah.
They're not just, they skipped town.
Yeah.
I think the police need to think like that.
Yeah.
Not oh, they probably just left. No.
Well, I mean, they just kind of probably pointed to this text message where they said they can leave.
Right.
And they didn't have any other evidence of
but
something going afoul.
Right. But a week of no Facebook posts should be a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
well,
unless they blocked you. Even so, though, the police should.
So something that Ashley said to the police was that she was a private investigator. So if she wanted to disappear, she could disappear.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's basically what Ashley was trying to say was I don't know, she could be on drugs, and she could have dipped out of child support.
Yeah, because she had Little Home Dog.
Yeah, because her son...
Forgot all about Little Home Dog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So basically, they weren't taking her seriously, and they said, hey, maybe she should call her ex-husband to see if he's heard from her.
Fucking Jeff.
So she called Jeff. And so Jeff was like, no, I haven't heard from her. Also, you should be a little bit concerned because she has a violent past. And she'll get upset with you because you got the cops involved. Probably because Jeff was like, she was so mad at me because I got the cops involved because she pushed me with her finger.
Yeah, I know. It's just so hard to believe anything that a man says.
Yeah.
I know that's not fair to men.
Mm-hmm.
Because I understand that there are probably 8 or 9 okay-ish ones.
And not only that, but there's also crappy women.
Yes. Oh, 100%. They're definitely crappy women. So, but whenever I hear a man speak, my brain automatically is like, that's not true.
Yeah.
That's probably fake.
Yeah. So anyway, Cassandra, she calls Jeff. Jeff's like, you should be concerned because, she could be dangerous. And so Cassandra's only been with Taylor for, 5 months.
Yeah.
Compared to Jeff's 10 years of marriage with her. So,
but Jeff is a man.
Yeah, but Jeff is a man.
And he's probably an idiot.
But basically, Cassandra was actually calling too, was like, hey, Taylor's missing. I think she might be coming up to North Carolina.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
For y'all's son.
Right, hold on.
And so after that enlightening conversation on both sides, we couldn't do anything for a bit. And so Taylor wasn't officially reported missing until September 14th. And it was because she missed that court date that she was supposed to have the money for. So now
where's the money? Haha. I know what's going to happen.
I will tell you. And so basically, this case now opens because she missed a court date.
Once the state don't got their money, then they have problems.
Yeah. Police start their investigation. They look into Cassandra because she is the significant other at this point. And not only that, but she has these text messages that's really angry at Taylor because, Taylor said she needs space. And so they were looking into her, even one of the investigators was going under her house to see, I guess, if there's a dead body there. I don't know. So they were looking really hard, and Cassandra just broke down because she was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I understand they're doing their job. They always have to, be like, hey, passport. Her car was still there at the house. And so they were just seems kind of weird because why would she leave literally everything? She didn't take anything with her.
Right.
She's going to run away from a situation.
Exactly.
So, but they did find a gun with one bullet missing. And basically Cassandra said that the reason she has that gun is because she borrowed it from a friend because when she had that conversation with Jeff and Jeff was like, hey, she gets violent, Cassandra wanted to be able to protect herself if something happened.
That's fair.
That's fair.
You know what? Because you know what? People's spouses do kill them.
Yeah.
And Cassandra was aware of that.
Yeah. That was kind of weird that she had a gun with one bullet missing. Also, how can you tell if one bullet is
That's
missing?
what I was thinking too. Maybe she just had that many bullets and that's all she loaded.
Yeah. I have no fucking idea how that
there's
works
one...
out. I know nothing about guns.
if it's a 6 bullet clip and there's only 5 bullets, they're like, oh, one's missing. But also, she might have only had 5 bullets when she loaded that clip.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know.
Because I don't even think that they come in packs of 6. It's not like they come in packs of 6. They come in packs of 20.
Yeah.
Which does not split into 6.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's a little silly, too. One's missing. If there was one in the wall.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that. But there only being 5 bullets in a 6-chamber gun. It's not. I don't see that as one missing.
Yeah.
I see that as they loaded it with 5.
So yeah, they were kind of suspicious about that. I was a little suspicious when I was first hearing this story, but we'll continue on. They then started to investigate Jeff because Jeff is the ex-husband who would benefit from her death. Well, then she would have had to fight him for as two women,
her dumbass.
As 2 women with exes that have kids with. Doesn't sound like a bad idea to kill the other person. You don't have to fucking deal with them anymore because you have to deal with those fuckers
especially
forever.
If they're crazy and on drugs.
Yeah, especially if they're crazy on drugs. So they started investigating him, but it was pretty quick to, he probably could have drove down here and went back up, but that's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, and he's got his whole last child.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to drive 8 hours with a child?
Yeah.
And then turn around and drive 8 hours back?
Yeah, no.
Not happening.
Anyway.
Not even to murder somebody that I needed to be murdered. Okay.
So the alibi held up.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on September 15th, Ashley was interviewed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know who done it.
Yeah. So
Box Truck Mafia did.
Because Ashley was the last one who saw her. And so, basically, this is what Ashley said. Ashley said that she did pick up Taylor from the house, and they started driving. Taylor was saying, hey, I really want a beer. And so they stop at the store, and then Ashley buys a beer from the convenience store.
But why? Because I thought she went to go get beer in an Uber. So why does she need to go get beer if she's got
This
beer?
is before all that.
Right, but so she needs 2 beers?
Yes.
Okay.
I
guess
throughout the whole day.
As an alcoholic, that's not enough beers. So I would need 80 beers.
Yeah, give me a 6 beer pack.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. Still not going to be enough.
So basically, Taylor wanted a beer. Ashley went into the store, grabbed a beer, and then that. And then they went to Taylor's work. And Taylor grabbed a couple of bags. Then they went over to a different property that Ashley's family owns.
Weren't they supposed to be going to the bank?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
why are they not
let me finish this little part, and then
Okay.
I'll tell you about the money in the bank.
Okay.
So, they went to a family property,
Mm-hmm.
and then basically when asked about the whole, weren't you supposed to go to the bank?
Yeah.
Ashley was like, no. That was I don't have a safety deposit box at Wells Fargo. And
What?
And that
Bitch, what?
And that the money that Taylor gave her was actually to repay a loan. So anyway, the cops asked for Ashley's phone so that they can kind of investigate, maybe we can find Taylor through your phone apps or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, Ashley hands it over. She gives them the passwords to whatever apps and stuff like that, passcodes. And then she leaves. And so then they start investigating. And even though they couldn't get into Ashley's phone because she lied and gave them the wrong passwords and everything, they were able to grab the phone information of where her phone has been.
Yeah.
Because that's something that, phones do now.
Yeah.
They're always communicating with the tower.
My gosh, when I first moved out to the woods,
mm-hmm.
I want to say it was 3 weeks after we moved out there. The ex was on the couch, naked, asleep. I was in our room, asleep. And the police started banging on the door because someone's cell phone, who had done something, had paint out by our house.
Mm-hmm.
And the ex looks like the guy.
Oh,
and they saw him through the window. And he's laying there naked, weird, on the couch.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, open up. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah. The phone's so pink.
Yeah.
And it's scary. Because then I was like, well, where is the guy? Where's the actual guy?
Yeah.
Then I was worried. I was like, hold on. Because I know he's not the guy that y'all are looking for because he was right here. But where's the other guy?
Yeah. So, but they were able to figure out that the actual story of what they were saying was that they went from Taylor's house, or Sandra's house, to the property out in Cantonment.
Okay.
Which was kind of weird that Ashley didn't remember the name of it because it's named after her family. It is Britt Road in Cantonment. I Googled this because I was like, I wonder how far that is away from my old house. It's 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
10 minutes away from my old house is where this flippin' stuff happened.
Why would you lie to the police in 2017?
Yeah.
It's not going to work. You got caught. Sorry. It's 2017.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You can't get away with anything.
Especially if you're keeping your little tracker in your pocket all the time.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a criminal, you can't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
You just can't. You cannot have one. You have to use a landline.
Yeah. Or, at least if you're going to do something bad, leave the phone at home.
Yeah. Or turn it off. You fucking idiot.
I don't know.
Yes. If you turn it all the way off, take the battery out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, no, just turn it off doesn't do it. You have to flip it and take the battery off. Smash it against the rock. Throw it in the water.
Leave it at home, really.
Or, just leave it at home. And then, you know.
I
good luck at finding a landline, though.
I tell people all the time, especially like when I have ideas, like I'm like, you know what should exist? This product. That's such a good idea. That's $1 billion idea. And then I'm like, oh no, I said it in front of my phone. So now it's going to exist and I don't. But sometimes I say things in front of my phone that I want to happen.
Yeah.
World peace.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
If you could just start saying world peace around your phone and the algorithm would fix it.
Or you'll just start getting TikToks about, like, you know.
World peace.
World peace.
Harsher parole for criminal offenses, Stan. Is that what she said? That would be harsher punishment for parole violators. And world peace.
Wait.
From Miss Congeniality.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that from?
He says, what is one thing that you want the most in the world? And she goes, harsher punishment for parole violators. And world peace.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. That's all I want.
So, Ashley's phone got pinged to this family farm in Cantonment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it didn't show that she actually went to Milton until way past the last time she saw Taylor. So, obviously, she was not on the farm horse riding with Taylor at that point. And then also, they were able to, the day after Taylor went missing, Taylor and Ashley's phones were together. They were being pinged right next to each other.
Yeah. Don't. Again, if you are a criminal, don't keep their phone either.
Yeah.
You idiots.
Yeah. Like.
It has a tracker.
Well, it was just really funny because, I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. One of our other podcasts that we did, the same thing happened. They got fucking pinged.
And I probably said the same thing. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Or leave it.
Yep.
Throw it in the water. There's so much water around here, Ashley. You could have thrown it in any of the 47 rivers or bays.
So this is my high thought that will get me in trouble if someone ever goes missing around me. This is what you do. You leave your phone at your house.
Yep. I didn't leave the house that night, officer.
And then
Look at my phone.
And then you take the other phone and you find a spot. Like, so this is... Fuck this. I'm not going to follow mine. So this is what ended up happening.
Okay.
Ashley was using Taylor's phone to text everyone.
Right.
So
she's a fucking idiot.
But she was doing it right next to her phone.
Right.
So
she's a fucking idiot.
So this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Leave your phone at home.
Take yours to a hotel. Perfect.
Or no. I was thinking just like somewhere general. Like
put that bitch in a post office and mail it.
Ooh, that was weird.
Oh my God, y'all. That's how you do it.
Where would you mail it? Anyway.
Anywhere.
No.
They ran away.
This is my thought. Grab their phone, put it in a little baggie, maybe 2 baggies, super waterproof it, and go take it to the woods and put it like in a fucking hollow.
Oh no, don't put it in a baggie.
No, you put it in a baggie to keep it from getting too wet. And then what you can do is just go out there for a couple more days and text real quick.
Yeah.
And then after like day 3 or whatever, when a couple texts, you have like a good window.
Yeah, take the baggie off.
Take the baggie off.
Just die.
And let it die. Exactly.
Or put that bitch in a mail thing and throw it in the mail and mail that bitch somewhere.
Yeah.
Mail it to like India.
So yeah, that's how you get away with murder. But back to what they were continuing to find before Ashley admitted.
Ashley's a moron and doesn't think about things like the small tracker in her pocket.
Yeah. She went to Home Depot.
Oh my God. Never go to Home Depot after a murder either, you idiot.
The next day she went to Home Depot.
Or Lowe's. You can't go there for a solid month.
Nope.
Home Depot or Lowe's.
Unless you're buying like...
Don't go a month before either. Really.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can't imagine what you would be buying there that would be
cabinets. Nope. You can hide someone behind some cabinets.
Yep.
Light fixtures? Nope, because...
hang them from the light fixture.
Well, I was thinking you could have accidentally broke yours.
Oh.
During a standoff.
I was thinking something a little more aggressive.
No, I was thinking during a fight, you broke your light fixture, and now you have to buy a new one.
Because you hung them from the light fixture.
Or that, whatever. Anyway, so she went to Home Depot. She got concrete and potting flour.
Oh my God.
Oh, potting flour? Flour, potting, soil, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what?
Soil.
Potting soil, yes. And so, that's what she got.
She's so stupid.
So stupid.
I can't even.
You so dumb.
And for $34,000. That's all you got out of that. It's not even a cool $100,000.
Yeah.
And you probably wasted at least $200 on concrete. And you ain't even going to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a minimal payout and a maximum, what's the word? Risk.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Murder, most of the time, just does not seem worth it to me. I would probably be a lot more down for it if I could minimize the risk and maximize the payout.
Uh-huh.
But there's so much risk involved with murdering people. And plus, also, what if they look at you? That would make me cry. So I just can't.
Yeah.
But I could. But I couldn't.
Yeah.
So
so basically, the investigators, they had phone pings. They had this video of dirt and concrete getting bought. But also they had like these checks. They went to Wells Fargo and they were just like, hey, we need copies of these cashier checks. They handed it to them. Taylor signed them, but it wasn't her handwriting.
Oh,
so then,
dumb bitch.
So then they start grabbing security camera footages. And every time money came out of that account, it was fucking Ashley.
Oh my gosh.
So, Ashley, you're a fucking moron. Obviously.
Like, seriously, though.
So, the cops had to keep this very hush-hush. They couldn't tell a lot of people in their squadron, their office, whatever you want to fucking call it. Because Ashley used to be a crime scene investigator. And so she had friends.
And she works with the mafia.
Yes. That's probably why she was a crime scene investigator.
Yeah.
For the mafia.
As fuck. It's the Milton Police, too? Oh, I mean the...
Pensacola.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're allowed to say those things.
Though if, like, Milton, if one of the locations was in Milton...
I will say...
Then
okay, I'm not
they probably had to do, like, some county, sharing.
I was about to say something really anti-police.
Okay.
But I won't.
That's fine. Because we're already saying how to get away with
people
murder.
at all jobs are rude.
Yep. All people.
No,
all
not all people, but there are all jobs with rude people.
Some people. Some jobs.
Some are a little drunk on power and male chauvinist, but it's fine.
Even if they're not male.
Yep.
So, they had to keep it close to their chest because she was a CSI person. But also, her husband, Zach, used to be a sheriff deputy. So, they had lots of friends in...
Is he in on it?
No.
Oh.
No.
See? He's the other guy. He's the guy who, like, if his wife went missing, he'd be like, shit, there are bodies under the house.
Yeah, probably. Because actually,
that's so funny.
When... Spoiler to my own podcast. So when the cops called him and was like, hey, Zach, your wife just got arrested. He was like, what?
Yeah. So he would be the guy.
Yeah.
In my imaginary story from earlier.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, there are bodies under here.
Yeah, and not only that, but like, not only were they connected closely to the cops and everything, but also Ashley was calling the investigators multiple times, being like, hey, have you checked like the rehab centers?
Oh my gosh.
Have you checked alleys?
Like trying to help.
Trying to help. But also she was like, hey, so where are you looking? Oh, okay, cool. And the cops kind of were starting to figure out like what was going on. Yeah. So of course they were like friendly, but they were like, shh. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like in Harry Potter how they had Kingsley Shacklebolt in the task force to catch Sirius Black, even though he saw Sirius for dinner every other night.
If you say so.
Yeah. That's what she was trying to pull. She just unsuccessfully
okay.
pulled.
I was like, that sounds like
because she was actually guilty, unlike Sirius Black, who was not.
Yeah.
And so it was harder to recruit people to her side.
Yeah.
Because she actually did do that.
Yeah. So October 19th, the investigators asked Ashley to come in, and they're like, hey,
Ashley. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
From the end of the show? Yeah, sorry. Anyway. What's funny is she is actually that little girl who's like, well, you idiot. Remember that?
Yeah.
At the end, she would be always mad at whoever wrote the letter.
Yeah.
Like, well, you shouldn't give $34,000 to your friend because they'll kill you, like me.
But basically, they were just like, hey, Ashley, can you come in? We have your phone. You can have it back now.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, oh, yeah, we have this little room over here. It's called an interrogation room to get in.
Yeah.
And so basically, they started asking her about, like, all these things.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
what the fuck?
Did you sign these checks?
Yeah.
Which she said, probably not.
Probably not.
Yes.
Probably not.
And they were, like, confronting her about, like, hey, we see that, like, you...
Hey, did you maybe accidentally kill her for this money?
Yeah. Well, they were also like, hey, the handwriting on this isn't, like, right.
Yeah.
Also, here's a picture or video
of you doing it.
She, like, went into the bank and she's like, oh, crap, I forgot to sign this. And she was signing it. No, that's not what happened. No, but, like, they had pictures, videos of her at the ATM machine taking the money out, and they were able to, like, connect it.
Yeah.
And that's where she was just like, no, it was a loan. She was giving me money. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes really aggressively.
I've been trying to figure out what this word on this box is. So I don't have my glasses on. And I have no idea what it is.
Bijou?
I don't know.
Benj.
Half of it looks like Jumanji. But the other half doesn't. And that's as far as I've gotten so far.
Yeah.
Anywho.
You're really high.
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
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 I'm doing great. I am. This story has lots of twists and turns.
Yeah. Like, when I listened...
Like, at first, I hated Jeff. And now Jeff's just in North Carolina, not bothered with nobody.
Yeah.
So she's being interrogated.
She's being interrogated.
She's a moron.
Yeah. They have the videos. They were also asking about, like, the potting soil. And, all this stuff.
Oh my God, can you imagine murdering someone and then using their money to hide their body?
Mm-hmm. But also, while they had her in interrogation, they had search warrants for Ashley's house, the property in Milton, and the property in Cantonment.
Yup.
And they were searching it.
Yup.
However, it took them longer than they thought, and so basically, when the investigators were asking Ashley and started, like, really aggressively, like, asking her questions, she was like, I think I need an attorney. So they sprung her because they couldn't do anything more. The plan was that if they found anything, they would find it while she was there so they could arrest her. But, then they had to go out and arrest her again.
What happened
after she got released, they were still searching the properties. Right. And they found a body.
Right. She killed someone.
This body was in the Cantonment property, so 10 minutes away from my old house. A body was found. It's great.
I mean, really, there's probably been bodies found in most places.
Yeah. And then, basically, it was covered with potting soil and concrete. And there was a bullet wound on the back of its skull, because it had been a month. And I guess Florida was not very great. So they were able to identify her pretty quickly because she had a very unique necklace, and this skeleton had that necklace. Yeah. And so they were initially able to...
Because again, if you're going to murder someone, strip the fucking body.
Yeah.
Strip the body.
Yeah.
Get rid of the shit. Burn it.
Yeah. February 2018, Ashley was released on bail. Like, I think it was like $1 million or something. It was fucking ridiculous. And she was out for a bit. But then, when this story started hitting the local news and everything like that, people started calling in, and they're just like, hey, that Ashley who may or may not have murdered someone, yeah, she was also embezzling from her family's company.
Because they're the fucking mafia.
So, basically, Ashley was, I guess, the accountant or whatever for the company. And so she was actually embezzling money from the people that they were leasing to, like the bar owners. And so the bar owner confronted Ashley and was like, what the fuck? And she's like, oh, okay, I'll meet you tomorrow. Like, everything gets pushed to tomorrow. Yeah. And then she didn't show up. And so he was like, what the fuck? And so then he went to the warehouse or the office or whatever it was, and it was fucking on fire. She lit that joint up.
Oh my God.
I know.
So this bitch is straight up crazy.
Yeah.
And her girlfriend gave her $34,000.
She didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
So when the cops heard about this, they rearrested her. And she was convicted on January 2018. Ashley was convicted of embezzlement and had to serve 7 years in prison. While she was still under investigation, and going to court for fucking murder.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember hearing this in the podcast, and I was like, oh,
yeah. So
oh my fucking God.
And her poor husband.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he knew.
No.
I mean, I know nothing about this man.
I don't know
but he has not been a part of the story at all yet. And if he knew, he'd have been somewhere in there, like, you know, shoving TVs in a Jetta or something.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Because, like, even the day that all this happened, her husband was, like, hanging out with family, running around, and that's how they were able to, like...
doing regular husband shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like...
that's how these fucking people get away with shit for so long, though, is they marry someone who's totally normal. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, that's my beard, basically. Yeah. For my criminal shit. Yeah. Like, I'm not a criminal. Look, my husband's a regular person.
Yeah. Like, holy.
Yeah. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I was a beard. Hot damn.
Yes.
Anywho.
So, when Ashley went to court for the murder of Taylor Wright, mm-hmm. Her lawyers were quick to point out that, like, they had no physical evidence that Ashley actually killed Taylor. There was no DNA. There was no fingerprints. There was no weapon. There was, like, no actual, evidence. It was just whatever the word is.
Circumstantial.
Yeah, circumstantial evidence.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Taylor
I'm
and
trying
Ashley's
to think
phone.
back through the story and see where the physical evidence is, and they're not wrong.
Yeah. Like, the closest evidence
is the phone pings.
Well, that's not even physical evidence.
Did they find Taylor's phone?
No.
On Ashley?
I did not.
Okay.
Because Ashley...
so she did get rid of the phone at some point.
Some point. Because actually,
enough,
when the investigators were questioning Ashley about the phone, and they're like, hey, look, she went missing on September 8th, September 9th. Your phone is next to hers. And she's like, oh, well, maybe she left it in the truck. But then it wasn't in the truck.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Because even the concrete that she bought from Home Depot, it was like a different type that Taylor was, buried with. Huh. Like, the one she bought was very smooth and everything, and then the one that Taylor was buried with was rocky and had gravel in it.
She could have just had gravel.
That is
and
actually...
added gravel.
That is what... the defense? No.
Because, I mean, it's a property out in Cantonment. Who's to say there's not some gravel?
Yeah.
Somewhere to add. Or another bag of concrete.
Well, the state, that's what they try to say. They're just like...
You could have just had another bag of concrete out there already and used that too.
Exactly.
Added that to the mix as well.
Yeah.
Easy. But again, that's circumstantial, so I get it. I understand.
Yeah. And then also Ashley couldn't physically pick up Taylor and move her or a 50-pound bag of concrete because she had a back injury due to a car accident. That, welcome to Pensacola.
Yeah.
Everyone gets in car wrecks.
And say that. Oh my God.
Knock on wood.
It's like my nightmare. Okay.
Okay, we're good. With this defense, like, I understand that she probably wasn't supposed to pick up 50 pounds. But, like, my mom, she has fibromyalgia. She's not supposed to do anything. Yeah. But she fucking does it. Yeah. Because that's what you have to do. Is, like, you do shit.
I mean, I guess you don't have to murder someone and hide their body.
Well, I mean, picking up stuff. Though after you kill them, you have to move them.
You have to move them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you just have to pay the consequences of, like, your back hurting or your back spasming or whatever after the fact.
Here's the thing about that, though. Maybe this is the one smart move that she made. You take them to where you're going to kill them. You don't kill them and then take them. Or you take them to where they're going to be buried. You don't kill them and then take them.
Except for it was on her family's property.
Right, but you walk them to the burial.
Oh, yeah.
You don't kill them and then drag them. Well, you walk them out there.
That's nothing new.
Right, it's easier.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to carry someone. Duh.
Yeah, so basically they were saying that. But during the trial, a couple people came out of the woodwork. Ashley has some friends. These friends were at Babe's, a strip joint.
Right, I know it.
With Ashley. And Ashley was asking questions like, how much cocaine do you have to do to overdose?
Ah.
And basically she was also saying that the world would be a better place without Taylor. Like, she was showing her full ass true colors at Babes.
Oh my gosh.
That it's one of those places. You could probably do that.
And really, Babes, any cocaine you're going to get there, friend, is not going to be strong enough because they cut it with baby powder.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to cut it with baby powder.
You're not supposed to cut it with baby powder because then it's not as pure.
But if you do pure cocaine, you die.
Right.
So you have to cut it with something.
Right, I'm just saying,
that's
not the place to get cocaine to overdose on.
Yeah.
A strip club.
Yeah. Well,
especially not Babes.
Well, because also
specifically,
Ashley got about $250 worth of cocaine.
So she got about $150 worth of baby powder.
Yeah.
Could have gone to Walgreens, homie.
And so that happened, and then, you know, after Taylor went missing, she came back and she was talking about how she tried to spike her friend's beer, but it didn't work because the friend, aka Taylor, spit it out and said the beer was going sour. And so the day Taylor went missing, guess who bought a beer? Ashley. So, like,
what a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
She's so dumb.
Especially for a crime scene investigator, too.
Right. Like, bitch, you should know. And that's my other thing, too. Do you people not listen to true crime?
Yeah.
You can spot the mistakes as you're listening to the story. I've been able to spot all of hers.
But at the same time, like, when you're in the middle of it, you probably don't think these
Right,
things.
I guess there's an adrenaline rush going on, but also don't murder someone unless you're ready, boo. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
If you're going to be murdering people, do it right.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who I've murdered.
Yeah.
They never will.
Yeah.
There will never be evidence of me murdering someone.
So.
Whether I do or don't.
Yeah. So, during this trial also, Ashley's boyfriend comes out of the woodwork. Because either, depending on your source, she was either in an open relationship with her husband or she was having an affair on her husband.
See, I she's probably an affair because her husband sounds clueless as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, she burned a building down.
She
burned down a building.
Though
her husband's like, what?
Though she was never actually charged with arson.
Right, but she
really,
burned down a building.
Yeah, we know.
She burned it down.
And so basically, this money that Ashley was embezzling or, you know, stealing from Taylor was actually going to this boyfriend. She bought this boyfriend a boat. She bought her boyfriend a fucking motorcycle. And, you know.
Why would you go through all that trouble and then spend the money on a man?
Yeah,
bitch.
Sure.
Fuck that. I'm getting a boat.
Yeah.
You ain't getting no motherfucking boat.
Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
Bitch.
Why did you spend money?
I'm sorry. I just committed arson and murder for this money. I'm getting a yacht. Not you.
Yeah.
Got me fucked up. I'm mad about that.
Yeah, I forgot. And so when the state lawyer, asked him, you know, about, like, what Ashley has talked about Taylor about, he said that one time he asked about, like, hey, where do you think Taylor is? Basically, she said, they're not going to find that fucking bitch. She's gone.
Oh, my God.
And even the lawyer asked, he was like, would you trust Ashley with your life? And he was like, fuck no. Actually, I think he said hell
How
no.
on earth? How did Ashley dupe Taylor so bad that Taylor trusted her with $34,000?
I don't know.
That's my thing. Is like,
well,
I would know if you committed arson.
Yeah.
I would know.
I'd be coming over your house
right,
in the shower because I smell like gasoline.
Right, I would probably have been there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. And the only person I could possibly, like, even maybe one day trust $34,000 would be you. Who's not, like, related to me by blood.
Yeah.
And it's like, but if you committed arson, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah. Or you would because that
we needed to launder that money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, but that we'd like both be criminals then.
You're sketchy? Cool. Let me do something sketchy and you can help me do the sketchy thing.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's why she trusted the money with her.
Maybe. But still. Taylor was not being as sketchy as Amanda is.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different level of sketchy. That's like full-blown illegal sketchy. This one's like, fuck your ex sketchy.
Yeah.
That's petty. That's not really sketchy.
Yeah.
Because in the end, in the wash, that money would have been hers. She just needed it now.
Maybe. I mean, actually, only half of it.
Right, even still. But, like, you know what I'm saying.
But, yeah. So, basically...
That's not as sketchy as I had to burn this building down because I've been illegally embezzling money from this bar.
Yeah. So, basically, the defense had, you really don't have physical proof that actually did this. You don't have fingerprints, DNA. The concrete's not the same. Like, whatever. Like, you have nothing.
Yeah.
And then the state was just like, yeah, there's nothing. She was a crime scene investigator. She knows how to prevent, DNA and fingerprints,
Yeah.
And so, like, that's what was their thing, too. And they're like...
Apparently she doesn't know how to properly dispose of a body, which is acid. Duh. But whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you never just bury it.
Well, she didn't even bury it very
far. Like, why would you leave any kind of physical evidence?
Part of the skull was, like, I think out of the ground.
Or
and it was
throw it in the water. Yeah. There's water everywhere.
Yeah. But then, what if someone finds it before you're ready for it? Because the river,
Put rocks in their pocket.
They'll still be dragged down the river.
Right. But they'll just think that they just jumped in the river and drowned. Drown them.
I don't know.
In the river. That's how you murder someone here. Drown them in the river. Put some rocks in their pocket. Let them go.
I am not going to say...
Leave their phone in their pocket.
Anything more, because I don't want this to be used on evidence.
We're not going to murder anyone, probably.
Exactly, probably.
Right.
Maybe not.
I'm 99.99% sure that I won't commit murder.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, too. I can't. I can't.
Even if I did end up killing someone, it would be self-defense. So it wouldn't be murder.
Yeah.
The only way that I would kill someone is in self-defense.
Yeah. And then you call the cops.
And then I would call the police to be like, oh my God, I just had to kill this person. They were trying to kill me. Here's the video. Because I would have cameras. Yeah. I have cameras.
Yeah.
So
when I was watching a documentary on this case, me and Philip were on the couch. And I was like, babe, could you imagine, someone calling you and being like, Lindsey got arrested.
For murder.
And he was like, yeah, I'd probably be like, what? He was like, and then I'd call you and say, don't say anything. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, no, what's probably going to end up happening is you're going to call me and I'm going to start crying. I'd be like, I told him everything. They looked at me and I knew they knew. I had to tell them. They told me that.
See, that's my other problem too. This is why I would never. Here's the thing: I can say whatever I want to about and joke about murdering. I could not keep that a secret. Everyone would know if I murdered someone.
Yeah,
I can't. I told my mother the first time I smoked weed at 13.
Yeah,
because I couldn't keep it. I can't. I have such a guilty conscience when I do things that I'm not supposed to.
Yeah,
and so no, everyone would know.
Yeah,
they would know. It's fine.
Yeah,
I can joke about it all I want because. Yeah.
So we can laugh at Ashley.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're like, she got away with it for a month, I guess.
Yeah. No.
So I didn't put a date on here, but shocker, chicken dinner, whatever. That made no sense.
Shocker, chicken dinner. That's not a phrase. It's winner, chicken dinner.
Whatever.
Shocker, chicken dinner. What happened? I think that's the new phrase. I'm going to put that in the work group chat on Monday. Shocker, chicken dinner, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, come on. I do say stupid stuff, though, when I'm high. I am very high.
Shocker, chicken dinner is not stupid. It's a great new catchphrase.
So, anyway.
Away with the poodles already.
Shock face. Ashley was charged guilty, first degree, premeditated murder with a firearm. Dun, dun, dun. That's it. We knew from the beginning it was Ashley.
What? Listen. Okay.
As soon as I mentioned money, you're just like, Ashley.
Working as in plants as long as I have. If they've got a refrigerated truck, they are a member of the mafia in some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. I don't know what kind of mafia, whether it's plant mafia or body moving mafia or whatever, but they are some form of mafia.
Okay.
If they have a refrigerated truck with their company logo on the side, I'm not just saying all box trucks. I'm saying a refrigerated box truck with a company logo is part of a mafia. There's illegal shit going on.
Okay. It's not ice cream?
Hell no. Have you ever seen an ice cream man in an ice cream truck that you would like trust with a toddler? Nope. Even on TV.
I shrugged my shoulders.
No, okay.
See that.
If y'all have ever watched Hey Arnold with the Jolly Ollie man,
yeah,
the creepy guy who would like constantly scream at children, like, "Take your fucking ice cream, kids!" They're weird.
Okay.
Ice cream guys. Thank you for listening to our episode.
We're ending
because it's gone on long enough.
Yep.
Because it's been a roller coaster this day, you guys.
Yep. It's going to be a roller coaster after we're done with this because I might have to go play some Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah. We released.
What do you have planned today?
I don't know.
I was like, do you want to just like chill and we can have food? Oh, dogs.
No, they're so bratty.
Okay.
They were really pissy when I was putting on shoes today. They were like, "What the fuck? You just left yesterday."
You're only allowed one.
I'm like, I actually didn't leave yesterday.
You don't have an ex telling you not to leave. Now you have your animals.
Yeah, they really, because I stayed home for like a whole year straight.
Yeah.
And so now whenever I put on shoes, they're like, "What are you doing?"
That's not normal.
So weird. Why are you being so weird?
Because I was about to be like, hey, we can keep this fun time going. Smoke, I'll order some food.
I'll set you laundry. Any hoozle. Back to you people. Sorry. Thank you for listening to our 14th episode. Yeah, yes. We release a new episode every Monday, so hit that dispensary or wherever you get your marijuana and meet us, or any of your herbs. Because remember, way back at the beginning of this episode, I spoke just a tiny bit about herbs.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, and I didn't do a great job. But get your herbs together.
Yeah.
And smoke them, and meet us neck here. Meet us back here. Not in my neck. My back. Meet us back here next week for more spooky and witchy shit. In the meantime, check out our Instagram, the Spooky Stonerzzz Podcast. That's Stoners with 3 Z's. If you'd like to contact us about your personal true crime or paranormal story, or if there's a subject you would like us to cover, you can email us at the Spooky Stonerzzz Podcast at gmail.com. Again, that is Stoners with 3 Z's. So, we will see you next Monday. And in the meantime, keep smoking Spooky Stonerzzz.